Right now is a time where we've seen both gold and Bitcoin surge to new all-time highs. And there is once again, I see these charts, you know how everything is on X, it's a comparison. What is the better safe haven? Is Bitcoin a place to put your money in times of uncertainty? Is gold? Which one's better
The
for?
markets have already made it clear that Bitcoin is not a safe haven. I mean, if you look at what happened on Thursday night last week, when the news initially broke that Israel had retaliated and it was launching missiles into Iran,
Was it risky?
what happened?
Yeah,
Well,
was it?
the S&P went down 1.5%,
Yeah.
and Bitcoin went down 6%. So Bitcoin went down more than stocks. So it's riskier than stocks. Gold was up 1.5%. It traded to a new all-time record high. So in times of uncertainty, when people are worried and they were looking for a safe haven, they were selling Bitcoin and buying gold. And the same thing happened to Bitcoin on Saturday. Now, nothing happened to gold because gold wasn't trading, but Bitcoin was, and it went straight down. It didn't go up. So when investors are worried, they don't buy Bitcoin, they sell it. So Bitcoin is clearly a risk asset, which is what I've been saying all along. I mean, you're just speculating that somebody else will buy it at a higher price. I mean, there's nothing but risk. It's pure risk. It's digital risk is what it is. It's not digital gold. And of course, if it's not a safe haven, then how is it digital gold? Because if you're saying at least it's digital gold in a portfolio, people will acknowledge it's not digital gold in industry or jewelry, right? You can't use Bitcoin instead of gold, the industry. But people will say you could use it instead of gold in a portfolio. Instead of buying gold in your portfolio to hedge, you could buy Bitcoin. Well, if gold and Bitcoin do the opposite thing in response to fear or some political event, how are they substitutes? They're polar opposites. Bitcoin does the opposite of gold when it comes to safe haven. So it's not gold. And of course, it's not a store of value because there's no value that Bitcoin has that it can possibly store. The value gold has is its properties as a metal. Those properties don't diminish over time. But Bitcoin doesn't have any properties as a metal. It's not a metal. It's nothing. It's just a string of numbers. So the only thing Bitcoin has is a price. And you can't store price. Price is a function of just supply and demand. And you have no idea what the demand for Bitcoin is going to be in the future. And you know what the supply is going to be, right? Because that's known, right? We know how many Bitcoin there are. But we have no idea if anyone's going to want them because the only thing you want them for is appreciation. But they only appreciate if people want to keep buying them. But why will people buy them? Because they think other people will buy them at a higher price, right? So eventually the greater fool theory implodes and the price collapses. So, Bitcoin is completely unique from gold, but that, doesn't mean that the price can't go up because the price of anything can go up if people are dumb enough to buy it. And you can certainly trade Bitcoin because it's possible that people will be dumb enough to pay even higher prices. And so you can make money trading on other people's ignorance and greed.